Gary's ponds are one of the major sources of water up in the Big Butte Basin area. All the fire departments and districts use that water when there's fire in that area, and they have multiple times. His ponds were specifically engineered and designed for the purposes of fighting fire. Does he fish in them? Yeah, he keeps fishing there so that the ponds don't get all messed up with weeds and everything else. It's a natural habitat. He makes it so the deer and everybody can come there and drink that water and the wildlife. Yes, that's done so that the ponds stay clean and clear, so when the firefighters come, they can pull water by helicopter, they can pull water by pump. There's even standpipes pumped all the way out to the road so they can have access with any of their different departments. They even donated the valves so that they could all pull from that water system at any given time. It's been used repeatedly. The fire departments have asked that they stay and stay full, and the judge is saying that they need to be drained and breached right in the peak of our fire season down here. Now explain to me how that's in the best interest of the public safety, which is our #1 issue down here, fire. I want to show you some of the terrain around the places that we live here in Southern Oregon. You can look around and you'll see trees, mountains, steep hills, winds blowing around us. This is the day after that Gary Harrington went into jail. And I think everybody needs to get a real clear picture of how serious this is. Because if they can take this from us, they can take anything from us. And if we allow them to go beyond their statutory powers that we've given to them, then there's no stopping what they can do here. And it has to be stopped. The statutes were written specifically with a limited objective. They have to be looked at in the most restrictive sense. If you don't do that, there is no stopping any level at which they can take this. They could tax the air, they could tax the sun, the sunlight that comes on your property. There's no limiting factor, and there has to be. And this is fundamental in understanding law. Over the course of the next few days, we're going to be putting up a lot of video, little clips that you can send around to your friends on Facebook and Twitter. Please have them watch this. This is too important for us to miss. If we don't make our stand now, we won't have one. We're going to explain how the law that they applied to Gary actually didn't even apply to him. And we're going to rebut anybody's accusations that it did. We're going to show you how they failed in the court process, how the prosecution failed. We're going to show how Gary's rights were stepped on and manipulated against him in every step of this process. And in the end, you, as the American juror, are going to find out how you can stop it from ever happening to anybody again. And if that's not valuable to you, well, as American citizens, it's our duty and our constitutional responsibility to put in check government when it goes beyond the scope of what they're allowed to do. If we don't do that, we have nobody to blame but ourselves for what happens.